Our News from the Hill segment tonight. Immigration debate is underway in the Senate, and the focus is on dreamers. Specifically, whether or not illegal immigrants protected by DACA should be granted full citizenship, and if so, what concessions Democrats should make in exchange for that legalization. Now remember, this open-style debate in the Senate is exactly what Democrats have been asking for. But once they got the debate they wanted, they began filibustering the debate and refused to put their bill on the floor. That makes no sense. In addition, remember, Democrats asked for a path to citizenship for 800,000 dreamers. Republicans offered a bill that would legalize 1.8 million dreamers. But now Democrats are rejecting the deal. Just so we're all clear on what the Democrats actually want. I think Democrats secretly want dreamers to be deported so that they can blame President Trump. Take a look.
Now is not the time nor the place to reform the entire legal immigration system. Rather, this is the moment for a narrow bill. And every ounce of our energy is going into finding one that can pass.
With me now, Republican Congressman from my home state of Ohio, Warren Davidson. Congressman, thanks for coming on the show, sir.
Thank you.
All right, Congressman, it's a little bit confusing for those of us sitting at home to determine exactly what the Democrats want out of this debate, because the two things that they ask for open debate in the Senate, and they ask for a bill that gives a path to legalization or citizenship for dreamers. Both of those things they've gotten, yet they're the ones that are still holding up this process. What can you tell us, sir?
Well, not only that, they shut the government down in order to get those two things. Now they shut down debate about the bill they said they wanted to debate. So I think it's really hard to understand what they actually want. And I think what the American people want is a solution. They don't want just political appeasement. They don't want special treatment for people that didn't follow the rules to get here, or for their parents who didn't follow the rules. I think a lot of people are sympathetic to the most benign case of this kid who's brought to America because his parents chose to violate U.S. immigration law. And so what do we do with that population? And that population is less than 700,000 people that took the effort to get registered. And so what do we do with them? And the president laid out 4 pillars of what to do, and those were kind of his minimum standard. And I think he offered as much fig leaf as he could, but you know what Republicans and Democrats alike have offered are things that are different than what he said. And so I think it's hard for a lot of people in the House to even accept the 4 criteria, particularly with the larger population. But there's been a broad effort in the House to get something behind a bill Bob Goodlatte has put together from Virginia. And that spanned everyone from Raul Labrador, who's a Freedom Caucus guy, to Martha McSally, who's on the more moderate end of the Republican Party. And it may have the chance to move forward in the House. We did the whip count on it today.
Right, and that was my question, too. So the Democrats are pushing pretty hard. We heard Senator Schumer in the Senate in the video at the beginning of this segment say that they want a clean bill. Senator Schumer is essentially saying that he just wants to legalize dreamers. He doesn't want anything else attached. That is not realistic. It's never going to happen. It's ridiculous and impractical for Democrats to push for that. But there is a negotiation happening. The bill that President Trump put forward is his first move. Democrats are countering by saying, we don't want to give you anything that you want. We just want what we want. My question to you is, how far are Republicans going to cave on this? What bill would Republicans agree to that would legalize such a large population of illegal immigrants? What is the minimum standard for you guys in the House to hold strong on this?
Well, like I say, Bob Goodlatte's put together a bill that does secure the border, not just for a wall, but lots of security, including reform for ICE. So while the Democrats want to attack any of the money going to the border as just money for a wall, what they really object to are hiring more ICE agents. They're okay with Border Patrol folks because they don't actually enforce immigration law. They secure the border, but ICE are the folks that actually send people out of the United States. They adjudicate cases and clear backlogs. And so they object to that, but they just want to talk about the wall, meanwhile trying to kill anything that really creates security. One of the things that I'd like to see the Goodlatte bill do more affirmatively is make it clear that federal law is preeminent. Frankly, it stands alone as immigration law. There are no state or city immigration laws, and sanctuary cities kind of fly in the face of the whole premise that the United States is a sovereign country and only federal law applies to immigration. Meanwhile, California's Attorney General, California's law is actually makes it illegal to help the federal government enforce federal law. So they're actually willing to prosecute individuals, companies, and local governments who help the federal government enforce federal law. And I think that's antithetical to what it means to be part of the United States of America. Yet California is doing that in a way that is just unimaginable for folks. And then you look at chain or familial migration, merit-based immigration, ending the visa lottery. Those are things that the president included. I think one of the other things that would be really important to address is that when we do the census, right now the way the census is conducted, we count total population, and we use that total population to draw electoral maps. So the total population divided by 435 is how many electoral votes a state gets. So California is effectively rewarded with more representation because of their large illegal population. They may have as many as 5 extra members of Congress, whereas if you only counted citizens, they may be more on par with Ohio. We have an illegal population in Ohio, but it's not enough for an extra member of Congress, as is the case in California.
Right, and that's fascinating. It's fascinating to me that Democrats, who used to be closer to agreement with Republicans on immigration, on border security, on illegal immigration, that they've abandoned those principles. I think Senator Schumer is misreading the temperature of the American people's mindset here when he says the American people don't want comprehensive immigration reform. I think we do. I think we want these things to be fixed. I think we want the system to be made fair so that people can come here easier, or come here legally easier, and so it eliminates a lot of the illegal immigration that leads to situations like this. And Democrats don't seem to be demonstrating the commitment to these dreamers and to protecting them as they once expressed. Congressman Davidson, I appreciate you coming on the show, sir. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, I think you've got it nailed exactly right. They'd rather have the talking point than actually solve the problem.
They would, and the American people can see that free and clear just based off of their actions the past couple weeks. Sir, come back anytime. It was great to talk to you.